Next, we head to Southern California for an insight into the world of land speed racing.
Within the arid Mojave Desert in California lies El Mirage Dry Lake. The vast flat surface lends itself perfectly to the pursuit of land speed racing.
It was started in the 1930s, and they raced up here, and basically it was a bunch of hot rodders that brought their cars up here to race to see how fast it could go, because racing on the streets and street racing and so forth was really dangerous, and this was kind of a place that they could all come up and just let it all hang out and see how fast their hot rod could go.
These days events are more organised. The Southern California Timing Association, or SCTA, has been in charge of activities at El Mirage since its formation in 1939.
We put on an event here every month during the summer months, 6 events. So everybody comes out here and just sees how fast their cars will go. We have about 2.25 miles of open space. The course is 1.3 miles long. There's been cars that go over 300 miles an hour.
Taking on the course is a hugely diverse range of vehicles designed for the pursuit of speed.
There's 550 different car classes, everything from the vintage hot rods to very sophisticated late model cars.
We start off with the rule book, and you build your car from there. And no two cars are alike because they interpret the rule book differently.
It's basically almost a street vehicle, although obviously it's not. It has the same engine that it came from the factory with a lot of tuning. It's a 258 cubic inch Y-block Ford V8. They're considered by a lot of people to be dinosaurs and can't make any power, and we're out here to prove them that it can.
And this is our Mustang California Special. It's a Ford 68 muscle car era vehicle. It's got a 540 big block Ford in it, and you know, it's just kind of real fun to drive.
Whatever the chosen vehicle, the El Mirage Dry Lake presents a formidable challenge.
It's kind of like driving down a freeway in the middle of the night when there's nobody out, and you really don't have anything to judge your speed sensation on.
The objective is to go the fastest and go faster than the other guy within the rules. The car has to handle well enough to get down the course and keep going straight. And in some senses, it seems like it's easy to just point it straight and go down between the cones, but it's not. For example, this course here today, it's a little bit rough.
That's where the skill comes into effect. I mean, you're racing on dirt, and dirt has its own tendency to break up, and you know, the car kind of moves around. It's kind of like driving a large go-kart up here.
To get good traction, you can't just have a whole lot of horsepower. You've got to be able to hook up and get traction and keep the rear end from wanting to swap ends with the front end. So it's a bit of a challenge.
And like most motorsport events, the chance to improve on past performances drives competitors to explore new limits.
I'm trying to hit 120 today. It sounds like a relatively slow speed, but if you think about our limitations, naturally aspirated 258 cubic inches, and we're driving a barn door, it's taken a little bit of work to get up there.
We started out here making passes at 165. Now we're making passes at 208 in our second year up here. So, I mean, that's pretty incredible. We're upping our speed pretty much every time we come to the lake bed.
Like any true grassroots motorsport, ease of entry and a family atmosphere are essential ingredients for an enjoyable day out.
It's one of the last amateur sports around where Joe anybody can come up here and build a car for very little money and still be somewhat competitive, and at least, you know, they can bring the family up, and it's a very family-oriented sport.
This is something that we built together as a family, and it's something that we do, and we enjoy doing it as a family. And to see it come out here and everything works, so you don't have any problems, you can get it down the course and you can get it down fast, that's pretty impressive in my opinion.